Just for a second, imagine you are in your room by yourself, reading a book, and suddenly you hear this sound. What would you do? Yeah, open the door. That's what I did. Open the door, but there was no one. Heard the sound again, opened the door, but there was no one. It took a while for me to realize that the sound actually came from my own computer. Now, some of you might recall that back in early 2000, Yahoo Messenger played this alert when a contact came online. And it may appear stupid that I opened the door for this sound, but it made perfect sense to me back then, because that was the time I started using a computer. So my natural reaction to a knocking sound was to simply open the door. This is just one example. In general, I found it very difficult to work with computers. You know, keyboard layout, keyboard shortcuts, mouse controls, totally alien. Had no idea. I remember my very first practical exam at the university. We had to complete a software code in a given time. I got the algorithm down on a paper pretty quickly, but it took such a long time to type it out one key at a time. Time ran out, system shut down, and I failed. And it made me really feel handicapped, not knowing how to get stuff done with my own computer. But at the same time, it gave me a chance to realize something very, very important. There is a lot of opportunity to create a significant impact if we can invent really natural and easy ways. You know, as simple as knocking on the door to interact with computers. So I decided to give this a shot. We coined a fancy name, Assistive Augmentations. Let me illustrate with a few examples. You know, for me, copy-pasting digital data between devices is complicated. I had to learn a lot of new skills. But if you ask me to do a tilaka, basically copy-pasting color powder from one place to another, this is the way I do it. I will pick the container with the color powder and grab the color with my finger and then move to my forehead. Very trivial, right? So now, can I copy-paste digital data just like that? That's what one of our projects in 2011 did, Project Sparsh. I can show you Project Sparsh live in action. So I'll bend the rules a bit and I'm going to take a photo in the main hall. Allow me to capture a nice photo of you guys. So I'm capturing the photo and you can see I'm now saving it to my gallery. Now I'm going to grab it similar to how I grabbed that color powder, just with my fingertips, and now it's conceptually in my finger. So now with this, I could walk into my tablet and paste it similar to how I pasted on my forehead. Thank you. The point is, I'm interacting in a very natural and easy way. There are other Sparsh interactions, as you can see from this video. I see a phone number on a web page. I take it, I drop it to my phone. Now I can call that number. I see a movie, I take it, I give it to my friend. In fact, I don't need to carry any device with me. I simply grab the things I want to copy, go home and tap the other device. So this is a really good example of what I call assistive augmentation. It's a technology adapting to us, to the humans, and breaking the barriers between us and the technology. They may appear simple, but they're very powerful. You know, I wish I had technologies like Sparsh 16 years ago. Then I wouldn't have felt so handicapped. Speaking of which, I thought it's a condition in our body or mind that makes us handicapped. Well, that's not always the case. I had a friend in MIT, Sunish. Sunish was blind, but Sunish could get stuff done just like us in his own ways. I have seen him using a smartphone where he had to find the phone, unlock the screen, browse to app with voiceover feature, which means anything he touches gets spoken back to him. Super tedious, every single time. And even after opening an app, taking a good image was very difficult. I mean, you can try this at home. Try closing your eyes and taking a good picture with your smartphone. Not easy. To me, this was not because Sunish didn't know how to use a smartphone. This was more of a case of a technology making him do a lot of unnecessary extra work. The design of the technology made him feel handicapped. So this motivated us to come up with another assistive augmentation, the finger reader. It's a small finger-worn device. I have the latest version with me here. So with finger reader, I can point at something, the camera recognizes it, the software backend processes and have the results spoken back to me through my Bluetooth headset. So let me do a live demo of this. Since Sunish is not here, I'm going to try act like Sunish for a second. And I want to play the sound through this speaker so that you can hear it. So imagine somebody gave me a name card. I can feel the edges. Then I point and I trigger.
Starting recognition. Augmented Human Lab, Suranga Nanayakkara, ahlab.org.
There you go. So now, this is very powerful for 3 reasons. It completely reduces or eliminated the overhead associated with having to use a smartphone app. It is natural and simple. I just have to point and click. And thirdly, I can use my index fingertip as the reference point. So, with finger reader, Sunish could walk into a store, shop on his own, point at a currency note, the finger reader tells him the value of the note, point at a price tag, the finger reader tells him the price of the item, or go to a library, browse the bookshelf, pick a book that he likes, take the book out, skim through pages, and if he wanted, read the book line by line. So, thank you. We always try to make the technology that is compatible with us, the humans. Therefore, the use cases are not limited to blind people. This could be a tool for creativity, allowing us to capture these beautiful textures, colors from nature and bring them as digital paint. So you connect with the beauty in the nature. This could be a tool for language learning. This is my daughter trying to read a book and verify what she just read with the finger reader. So you can see the possibilities are endless. And I really want to make sure that anyone who needs a finger reader should be able to have. And a couple of weeks ago, under the Singapore's Enabling Lives initiative, I was given resources to make few thousand pieces of finger reader in my lab and distribute to all the blind communities in Singapore. And I also want to open this to the developers out there because I firmly believe that someone out there will come up with use cases that we have never thought of. So let's take a step back. I mean, you already heard the kind of technologies coming into our lives. I think it's important that we ask the question, are they really going to enhance our life, or are they going to make us feel handicapped if we do not know how to use all these new incoming technologies? Now, technology can be super powerful. My point is, technologies that are not intuitive to use will make us feel handicapped, will leave some of us behind. I don't want that to happen, and I certainly don't want the technology to make me feel handicapped again. So my quest is to design technologies that learns us, that adapt to us, that understands us, the way we behave, as opposed to we having to learn technology every single time. So let's embed the idea of assistive augmentation, making technology adapting to us as we develop the next generation of devices, processors, systems, policies, so on. Because that will enhance the way we work, live, play, and help us find the humanity in technology. Thank you.